acknowledging those.
What
They missed the
it
boat. The
do?
merch messages are
What
over.
it do? What it do? What it
Yeah,
do?
it's done.
All right, let's do this.
Oh my God.
Let's do this. I'm
We
gonna
sold
make it so I can hear.
$100,000 worth of mystery sweats.
Oh,
At what cost?
Yo, what's
Carol
making
from
noise?
Paul.
There you go. I don't know what was making noise, but we make it stop. All right, anyway, let's dive in. What's happening? All right, let's scroll through here and see what folks is into today. I am getting everything packed and ready to go. I pack my clothes like 2 weeks in advance. I know it seems psycho, but if you see what I pack when I'm not working, if you see what I pack for a trip like this, it'd probably blow your mind because I barely carry anything. Like one thing that's cool in Japan, if you're in a higher level hotel, they have a laundry, and unlike USA, they don't try to rip your arm off in a hotel for things in a hotel. Like, yeah, it's really weird. You know how in the US, right? Let's just say you went to whatever fast food place. I don't really go to them too often. Let's say you went to whatever fast food place and a standard number seven. I just know that because that's India. Say a standard number seven is $9. At the airport here, that would be 20-ish, maybe a little more than $20 for the same number seven, and normally made crappier because they put the beginning workers over at the airport for God knows what reason. So it's hastily made and all kinds of mistakes, but you don't have time to argue because you got to get in your plane. So a number seven outside the airport, $9. Number seven inside the airport, over 20. In Japan, if a number seven is $9 outside, a number seven is $9 in the airport. A number seven is $9 at the stadium. A number seven is a number seven is a number seven. They don't do elevated pricing for no reason. So like legit. Wait, I think I sent a picture to Jefferson. I'm gonna show you what legit 8 days of travel looks like as far as me packing. You'll probably crack up laughing. You guys would be like, "There's no way that's all you take." But yeah, and then plus, I'd buy everything as in Patagonia Tech. Those of you guys came to camp, you know, I use my travel pants. Patagonia Tech clothes is expensive, but they're light. They dry really fast. They have lifetime warranty, and legit 8 days worth of clothes can fit into this. That's it. That's my phone, and that's two nomadic. The bigger one has 3 pair of pants, 2 pair of base layers, and 3 merino Patagonia tops. The other side has like 4 pair of undies, a extra base layer, 2 t-shirts, and 3 pairs of merino wool socks. So legit, that's it, and whatever I wear on a plane, that's it. Gangster, and because I use a Patagonia jacket, the one that you guys see me wear at camp, that thing is also small. Can wear it on a plane, and boom, can it goes down below freezing because it's Patagonia jacket. It's funny because you see one of those in the store and you touch it and you're like, why is this thing damn near $300? Because it could be 10 degrees outside and you still warm. And it's that skinny, not the giant Michelin Man. I used to buy that crap. I'm not a fan. If you're photographering, they're both. That's both, Jefferson. That is both. Both of these are close. Yeah. No, you don't understand, pimp. See, this is what happens when you get old. You don't understand. Patagonia is designed for skiing and hiking in the snow. Like my jacket is designed for all the way down to freezing, basically. And it don't weigh. It's small and skinny. Like you would be amazed at how tiny it is. Yeah. What Rainy Cajun talking about? Uh, Yes, yes, 100%. That's 100%. Yeah, and so it's kind of crazy, but that's one of the reasons why I buy the kind of Patagonia North Face type whatever. No, God, no. I don't know. Those things are so corny, Rich. I don't know why people like that mess. Let me see. Oh, I got a picture. R2 Tech Face that hoodie. I was watching this here, dude. Check this dude out. I'm gonna just see if I can find the still. Oh, this is the lady version.
Wear, but it's a perfect fit for.
Boom. This is exactly what I got, but in black. It looks way better on her than me. But look when you see like how normal it is. The thing I like about it is how stretchy it is. So like you put your gear in there, but it's not like thick, and then you can hella try to function. This is what you wear when you go on a hardcore trek into the frozen tundra. Man, there's a dude. That's the R1 hoodie. I have that as well. I have R1 and R2. R2 is just colder than the R1, but it's designed for trekking through Patagonia, hence the name. And I know people don't think it snows in Argentina, but it do. and it's cold. But yeah, this thing is quite amazing. If you lucky and catch it, like one of the changing the years, like they go from year to year. If you're lucky to catch it, you can get it for like $120. So that the R1 is like 120. Because it's large. Yes, there you go. That's the truth. That's the truth. Keely says because it's large and ostentatious, it looks like a lot of money was spent, which is the whole point. Yes, there you go. Patagonia, North Face, Duluth, go in my camera bag. Right? Wear it to Yellowstone and -22. That is the answer. That is the answer. So it is actually, I mean, we should be talking to Keely. She's the Canadian person, so she knows. She lives in the YKK. But it is, if you travel, it is worth buying a tech jacket because you can legit be out in the cold and don't have a big monstrous jacket on and you're able to function. Now, if you're going to be out there for really, really long periods of time, they have thicker stuff. But for general traipsing, it's pretty dope. Anyway, I saw Vicky had a question. Where did Vicky go? Vicky was here. She was here early. Okay. Vicky said, what's the best way to color match two different cameras when live streaming? On Ecamm in my case, but I'm aware it's not Ecamm. Yeah, so it's in my bag, but you know what it is. Here, I think I have a video of it or a picture or something. Nope, I just cleaned all of that crap out. Anyway, you know what it is. It's the color chart, right? And I have demonstrated it a couple, 2-3 times, but I thought we were done with that lesson, so I threw it away. But let me come back to the browser, and then let's Amazon tab this. There you go. I use a Passport, which is this one. This is the photo version. We want the video version. Passport. There's a slight difference, and you should use the correct one. But if you had to do a video with the photo version, it's still better than not doing it at all. So, yeah. But I carry my Passport. It's in my bag because I'm leaving on the plane, and I actually take a shot of my color checker before I start shooting. And then that way, if I need to fix anything, I can. Also, super helpful if you shoot in D-Log or whatever. So this is the best way to color match your phone and whatever. And the other thing is to properly white balance your cameras. In theory, most sensors are close enough when white balanced. You should be able to get close after. Um, and your editors, like Final Cut does it. I'm pretty sure DaVinci and Premiere does it as well. I'm sitting on my hoodie and it's uncomfortable. Hold on. Oy. Yeah. So what I do normally, and normally I have it here, is I take a shot of it with my camera, and then I take a shot of it with the other camera in the same lighting. It's best if you don't move the charts. It's also best if you take the shots with the two different cameras from the same position. So what you might want to do, here's a card version. Let me take it out. This is my gray card for white balancing. But let's say you were to use this. You would tape this to the door. Then you set your tripod up so that it frames. And then you will set your camera to white balance off of this first. Same thing. You tape these to the door like such. Right? And then at the same distance, you white balance your camera and then check your color. Now, when you move to the new position, you're going to have to re-white balance because you white balance in the light that you're at, right? Which is why you carry a white balance card, because say you're outside, every hour you're going to want to re-white balance. In the tropics, every 20 minutes you're going to want to re-white balance, right? Because it changes. So then what you can do is, once you know what the variations are, you're easier to set that up. And then normally what happens is we go and build a custom LUT based off of the delta. But that's complicated, and you don't need to be that fancy. So the other solution, which is probably way easier than all of that, buy another ZV-1. You can get one for like $400 right now because everybody's on the ZV-1 Mark II, and it's 3 years old at this point. So, yeah, I mean, you get technical and spend some time learning the skills to pay the bills, or you just cheat code it and buy another camera. That's the same. And then match them. It'd be way easier. So there's the answer. Not a good answer, but it's the answer. Let's see. Yo, what is up, Sly? No worry. I appreciate you. Happy to see you here. Why are you on the water? I am curious. I love the water. It's the reason why I lived here. Yes, you actually, for the price, Uniqlo Parkers are amazeballs. The problem is they don't make Uniqlo dock size, but their heat tech is actually very inexpensive and super good. And their Parkers are actually pretty amazeballs. I actually like their gear. Yeah, I wish they made them in dock size. But the one thing I like about my Patty jacket is it's waterproof too. Being waterproof makes it easier because once you get wet in the cold, oh my God, what a miserable existence. That is the worst. That is the absolute worst thing ever. So crazy balls. Oh, I know what I was going to show you guys today. Here, let's see if we can do this. I'll use Canva because it's the simplest. So that you can help when people come in asking cray stuff like why we don't do corner pinning, even though it's completely highly unnecessary. I want to do this to show you guys, and then you guys can help us help them get away from being crazy. Okay, let me see. I was gonna do this in the demo yesterday, but it's actually better that we do it, because then I can talk spicy over here. All right, so for those who missed the demo yesterday, let's give you the premise Okay, so the premise is once every week we get a call for somebody that wants corner pinning so that they can pull off an image like this in their stream. And my point is this is an optical collusion because it is not corner pinned. It is completely wrong. And Rich was able to spot it right away. And once I tell you, you won't be able to unspot it. But this E and hey, where'd my layer go? This E and this E are the same size. That means that you cannot take. Here, I use this card because this card would make all the sense in the world. Okay, I can't take this card at 2D and then bring this back here without this trailing edge becoming larger and this trailing edge becoming smaller. So if it were to have a font on there, I don't have anything with a big writing on it because I don't like big logos. We can try. Oh, here you go. This will work. All right, here's my little pouch from Social Media Pulse. If I bring this in closer, look, the letters get smaller on this end and bigger on this end because that's just the way freaking perspective works, humans. So when we were looking at the image, that everybody's like, oh, we need a feature like this for Ecamm. I'm like, it's not a feature, fam. It's a Photoshop because this E and this E is the same size. None of the fonts changed at all. And the proportions of the trapezoid are even wrong. This falls off at one angle and this falls off at a different angle. So, well, the top, sorry, you can't see my mouse. The top falls off at one angle, the bottom falls off at a different angle. So it's not that. So let's just say, in supposition, how would one do such a thing? It's super easy to cheat. I don't know why everybody wants to do this, but I guess if you think it makes your stuff look cute, I'm going to let you have it. All right, so we're going to come in here. We're going to go to Shapies. And then I'm pretty sure Canva doesn't have perspective either. So this is better in Photoshop, but I'm going to see if there's a way that I can cheat this. Anything that can draw actual vectors would be better. Let's check frames. Do they have any tilted frames in Canva? If not, we're going to have to go to Photoshop, which is way more common sense. See, no, they don't have anything in here. I was wondering if you could do it in Canva. I don't even know if you could do it in Express. I don't know. Can you corner pin in Express? All right, I'm waiting for Michelle to pop in and be like, you can corner pin in Canva now. Let me just try it. Let me just try if there's a way to edit shapes. Oh, there's one. There's one right there. Haha. We found it. Okay? So you see how this has that sort of backward tilt to it, right? So all I have to do is put an image in there. So let's go back to here. This one won't be as dramatic as Homies, but maybe the fact that it's in here, they'll oftentimes show you more of the same. Right? Sammy, you see it, right? I'm glad you see it because then that way I can at least say if they can't see it, it's because they're old. Let's do background. Backgrounds. And then we need something dark. That's a video. Let's see these. It's too bright. This nebula kind of works. So bam, there's the nebula. I want to cheat a little bit. I want to edit this photo. And then hit the adjust. And then I'm going to contrast it up a little higher so that it do what it do. And then I'm going to be cool with it. All right, cool. So now I want to get something to type. Let's go steal a fancy quote. Let's do this. Let's see. That's a lot of words, James. I need you to be succinct, James. All right, this will work. I'm just going to use the first part because they're wordy, and it's not going to work for this example. Okay, so now we're going to hit the text, and we're going to go drop a heading. Boom. We're going to paste in a little clear. And then we're going to embiggen it like such. And then pick a font that's big. Why did you only pick half, man? There you go. All right, man. I use Adobe so much nowadays. I haven't used Canva enough. I'm starting to forget how to use Canva. Is that hilarious or what? All right. Hey, come on, man. Select all. There we go. Now I can adjust this. I'm going to have to do some cheating. Oh, it's just off by a smidge. All right, that works. I think that works. Anyway, so we're going to cheat. We're going to go big. We're going to go light. And then, I know what we got to do. Sorry, I did it wrong. We need to do one line at a time. Just to make this better. Okay, so we're going to put this in here. And all this dude did was gave it a small little tilt. We're talking like -2. Period. I should have looked at my numbers, but I didn't. My bad. Well, will it work if I do this? Come on, Doc. There you go. So, that's the basics of what this dude did. It looked better when you're doing it one line at a time. But I'm going to make this one a little bit less so it's not as obnoxious. There you go. And then we're just going to export this. Download. Ping. 1920 by 1080. Transparent BG. Download. Come back over to hither. Let's make a new joint. Let's make a new joint. Put it on full screen. Drop this camera. Hit that. Hit zoom and pan skis. All right. Wow, that is a really large head. That's the best we're going to do for that. And then grab my little fake image and drop it in. And then scoop myself over here. There. So it looks like I got this cool corner pin image. I ain't did shit. Yeah, Photoshop does it. Oh, there you go, Rich. Why didn't I think of doing Ipsum Lipsums? That's way better. Because then I can fill out more. Because the more you fill the box out, the better it is. So Rich is correct. Let's try that. Just because I can do it really quickly. Because there's text expander. Actually, I think I should make this a wee bit smaller. But if I highlight all of this and do LOREM 1. Hey, are you not open text expander? Huh. Oh, maybe text expander is not open. All right, now it should work. It'd be funny if what's this program is called? Canva. If Canva did not understand text expander. Huh, it doesn't. How funny is that? All right, I gotta cheat. I have to cheat. Are you capitalized? There you go. There you go. That was the problem, Rich. There we go. Smart. Man, this is why I keep my man Rich around. He's freaking brilliant. Wow. That's a big ass paragraph. That went psycho. That one went a little cray. Hold down the delete key and let it delete itself. Deet, deet, deet. Boom. Push it. Now with this, it looks too tilty, so we gotta take some of the tilt out. Like even at 1 degrees, it looks a little tilty. You could probably just leave it like that, cause I don't even know if dude actually tilted it. To be honest with you, I don't even know if he tilted it. And here's the thing: see, in Photoshop, what Sammy is saying is in Photoshop, I can press this corner and then hit a control key, and I can move that corner independently. There's no way to do that in Canva that I know of, unless Michelle knows something I don't know. There's no way to like break that edge. If you could, oh my God, it would be even doper. Hey, you know what? I just realized I forgot about Canva. Canva has apps. Oh, pulling an image with text on it would show. Yeah, that's true. Oh, teamwork make the mother dream work. Okay. Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. Okay. Man, see, look, our freaking people are brilliant. Our people are absolutely brilliant. Let's do Insta story. I got it. Keely is genius. Man, I know what you're going to hear now. Keely is right. Shut up. I forgot what I was doing. Man, your man's just having a day. Yo, I don't want to see the templates, fam. I want to see the one that I had already. I don't want those. There we go. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. And big in. That's enough. Come over here. Edit the photo. Hit the adjust. Contrast high. So it look funny like that. And then I'm going to hit the text like that. Puyaka. And then I'm going to get LOREM 1. Boom. Text for days. Let's stop about right here. Puyaka. Select all. Select the font for grown-ups. And then unembiggen it this way. Pop it like it's hot. Embiggen it like this. And that one was un Kapitel. This is really bad. Don't do what I'm about to do, but I'm about to do it. If it'll let me. Actually, no, it won't. Yeah, that's good. Hey, turn off numbers. All right, anyway. Un Kapitel. It's close enough. I'm going to stop messing with this. I ain't got time. Y'all got the general basics. All right, but smart move Keely. So hit that, download it, ping, whatever. Then go back to this. Man, where the dang page was. What he did? What did he did? Man, where'd my page go? There it is. Okay, so delete, grab the ping, drop it like it's hot. Yep, that's the answer. There is the answer. Of course, doing this in Photoshop will be so much faster and you won't waste as much time trying to tweak it because now it's harder to go in here and tweak. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, now you get the general gist of it. And thank you to Keely and Dina for an intelligent idea. It makes a lot more sense than what I had did. Bam. Oh, you forgot the transparency. You idiot. That's okay. Easier said than done. Watch this. Watch this. Do this. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to open this bad boy, and I'm just going to remove the background because this is faster than going back and re-downloading it. Okay, now save. And then there. I mean, literally, that's what to do. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But in Photoshop, the thing about doing it in Photoshop, which is what the dude did, but he still did it wrong. The thing about doing it in Photoshop is the perspective would actually work. You know what I'm saying? Like if you did perspective graphics or pinning in corner shop, it would actually bring the letters in the corner down and even more gravy, right? So the key is you don't need some fancy plugin to do what you think you want to do. Just go make it. It's not that hard. Like legit, not that hard. I'm sure there's probably some website out there that will corner pin your graphics for you. I mean, just the way that this mess works, I'm sure that you could easily find some website that will corner pin the graphics for you. So, just so you know. Now, if you want to get that cute, fam, you know what I'm going to say, right? You know exactly what I'm going to say. Anyone care to guess? Let's see. I'm curious. Who would care to guess what I'm going to say? Anyone that pulls it out, you guys are going to be winners for today. What's up, Foxy the Pirate? You know what, Sammy? Good question. I think so. I have no idea. 'Cause I don't do stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not going to answer why I don't do stuff like that because I want to see if you guys figure it out. But anyway, let's go try something new. Let's go to here. And then let's do thumbnail. And YouTube thumbnail. Boom, we'll start with this one so that I can delete this. and that. And then I want to know if I can break a corner. Well, you can do things like this. So you have some warping and curving. If I go to this text thingy, and I just got phrases. Then if I pleek into the add-ons, which is what I'm saying, you should probably be able to do with Canva too. There's probably a plugin in Canva that breaks the things. Yeah, that's just 3D shapes though. Yeah, you know what, Sammy? Maybe not. I didn't know if you could break it. I thought maybe you could break it. Because normally Adobe's a little bit more vector oriented is the proper word that I'm trying to say. And then so being more vector oriented, you would figure they do that. One thing I really like about, these guys is the templates tend to be designed by better designers. So if you wanted to make something, you could pull out a template and then go from there. They just look better than the stuff that's in the other side. But that's because this is pulling from Behance and everybody here is a little bit better. Canva templates are made by people that are trying to make a buck. That's mean. That's mean. I'll take it back a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Rich is correct, but Gretchen has the bing bong. That's the answer. Do the content first. Right? Right? Do the content first. Like, oh, that corner penny graphic look cute. What the hell did it do for your audience? Jack Dizzle. Like, your audience ain't noticed none of that. They do not care. If you told them that you're going to tell them if you told them that you're going to tell them how to lose 10 pounds this weekend, and then you did it with crooked graphics or straight graphics, neither one, you could do that bitch upside down. Nobody would care. If you started your whole stream and you just popped in and like, today, gang, I'm going to teach y'all how to lose 10 pounds this weekend. Nobody would care about what you did. Right here, I was trying to do this. All right, gang, today I'm going to tell you how to lose 10 pounds this weekend. All you have to do is follow this simple step. Don't eat shit. Just starve the whole weekend. Drink a lot of water. See, look, you save 10 pounds. I mean, that's a joke, people. God, nobody do that. But it's funny. Nobody would care. Nobody would care. You know why? This is funny. I don't know if the girls did this, but back in the day, all of us old people will sort of remember this. Back in the day when we first got cable TV, they had, I think it was actually called Spectravision, which is funny because Spectrum is one of the leaders in the cable brand, but I think it was called Spectravision back in the day. And this is like the early beginnings when the only thing you had was HBO. Showtime wasn't even ready yet. They used to play like dry humping adult movies, and they would put the weird little, I don't even know how you call it, like a diagonal pattern on it. I'm not talking to you, Siri. And so what would happen is that little picture would be doing its thing, and it's like twirly, 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 kind of like the lights back here. And every once in a while, it'd go straight for a couple seconds, and then it would go like that. And dudes between the age of 10 and, say, 14, 15 would watch that joint for an hour just to see those couple 10 seconds of nip. That is what your content is. If your content is good, nobody cares about how jacked up the picture is or whatever. They're looking for that 10 seconds of nip. So stop spending all this time focusing on stuff that ain't gonna do nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? But no, we're talking way before that. I know these things. You know me. And way before that, it was called Spectravision. We're talking circa 1980, 1981. You wasn't born yet. And, yeah. And it was super funny though. Like, yeah, some of the OGs in here was around back then. They would remember that crap. It was pretty hilarious. I wonder if it's a cool video. I wonder if anybody has like B-roll of the old cable scramble. That's what they called it. They called it cable scramble. And used to have these little boxes that they used to sell at the swap meet that you would put on your box and it would like fix the cable scramble, right? One of the OG ones that I had when we was little, it was actually inside of a VHS case. Like you built it in the VHS case and you would put it on top of your cable box and you would rub it around the top until you found the radio in there and it would unscramble it. Because basically how they were scrambling the TV signal was pretty much off of a radio wave. Yeah, here we go. This is what we're talking about. This is how, wait, why is that picture like that? This is how far we've come. But our old school cable box used to look a bit like this. This was us back in the day. That was cable box. But before then, we actually only had like on for the 2-3 channels that it was, and then off. It was actually more like this. Like Jeremy said, just one big knob. Just one big knob. Super, super funny. It was just good. It was super good. Yes. But this is a freaking good question. All right, Foxy the Pirate. Let's check something out here. Listen. I don't think, well, everybody in the chat knows because they've been around me. The farce, I shouldn't say that. That's not, I don't mean to say farce because it's not the right word. What's the proper word? The misunderstanding about YouTube is that YouTube content itself is really going to somehow make you a lot of money. There are a couple of channels, and I mean a very few. There are a couple of channels that are personality channels that do really good on ad revenue. However, you also got to know that depending on what your niche is, the ad dollar is different. Okay? So, for instance, if you're making a channel about traveling, you might have $3 to $4 an ad, right? If you're making a channel about luxury traveling, staying at the Ritz-Carlton or out here at the Aulani or at the Four Seasons, we're talking about flying Air Emirates to Dubai. We're talking first class, planes with multiple levels. Those ads pay $20 a click, sometimes $25 a click, right? If you're doing a channel about financial planning, those ads tend to pay $10 to $20 a click. So a person with 4,000 subs could out-earn a person with 150,000 subs running around thinking people want to watch them play video games. So that doesn't get talked about
Suspects
enough,
inside the store.
and I think it's a mistake because you got people telling people that they can make money on YouTube, but don't tell them that their niche is going to absolutely dictate whether you're on struggle bus or whether you know, arm whipping like Schwarzenegger, right? So I guess the first question is what your niche is. I guess the second question is, do you love this enough to do it without making money? How about answer me those two questions and then I will continue. Because I think that's important to know. Those are the two most important things, just because it's really hard to do this if you just want to do this because you want to, you know, make a little loot. It doesn't really do that. If you are, you know, focused on content, focused on helping people out, focused on making the world a better joint, and know about building community before you think about getting monetized on YouTube, you'll be perfectly fine. Yeah, see, that's the problem. See, thank you, Lloyd. There you go. A lot of people are wanting to have some sense of virality, but like your niche might not have any viral joint to it. It just might not. In which case, you still got to find a way to do this. I forgot if it was Pat's client. I think it's Pat Flynn's client. Either Pat or Daryl. We were in San Diego last year, and we were talking about, you know, different clients and things like that. And I forget, it's either Pat or Daryl. One of them has a client that has 12 videos on the channel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This person has something like 1,600 subs. 15 or 1,600 subs. I think when I hit like 1,500 was like the year 2011. Like, that's how long ago. So what happened is, because of what this person is talking about and because of what they do, they made 1.6 million that year with 1,200 subs. 1,500 subs, sorry, and 12 videos. People got it twisted, fam. I wish I could sell what this dude was selling, but people got it twisted. I love this. I love this. This is good. All I want to do is spread love and joy as much as I can. Boom. 100%. So it goes back to the what's his name? Oh my God, now I forget. Casey Keller, not Casey Keller, that's a goalie. Oh my God, what the heck is brother's name? All you need is 1,000 fans. Oh my goodness, I'm having live dementia right here. Oh my God. Only 1,000 true fans. Everybody should read this if you've never read this. Kevin Kelly, there you go. Why did I say Casey Keller? Casey Keller is a freaking goalie. That's so bad. Everybody, please read this when you have a chance. If you haven't read it, you've heard people talk about it, but actually, thank you, Keely. Keely would know Kevin Kelly because Keely is close to Kevin Kelly. So, yes, everyone should read this. You should read this once every few months, just to let you know where life is. So, big ups to that concept, and big ups to Lloyd for realizing that your niche might not be viral. That's cool. Should CC's build a new channel for YouTube tutorials for each brand of software? No, absolutely not. I'll explain that in 1 second. Thank you. So, Al, maintaining a single channel is extremely hard. If I am putting my phone too close to my mixer, sorry. If you're going to go from talking about repairing vintage cars to all of a sudden talking about ballet for 50-year-old fat Puerto Ricans, you need another channel. But if you're going to go from talking about fixing vintage cars and then you like, I want to make one specific to BMW, you know what it is. I'm going to make one specific to the JDM, Japanese domestic models, and then one particular to Chevy, that would be Psycho. You can put it all in the same channel. It's all still cars. It's all still cars. It's all still cars. If you said, I'm going to dig into driving accessories, I want to look luxury, I want to look concourse, what is the proper set of tebukuro? Sorry, that's a glove. What's the proper set of gloves to wear? What is the right shoes to wear? Why do so many drivers wear Serengeti drivers? Why do people wear the Ferragamo or Puma driving shoes? Are they any good? That's the same channel. That's the same channel because you're still talking about vintage cars. You're still talking about concourse. There is no reason whatsoever to pop another channel unless you go completely left. Then maybe. But it is extremely hard to do one channel. So how far, if I'm talking about Adobe Express, look, we did it today. Al, you was here. We was talking about Canva, and Sammy was like, nah, player, try Adobe Express. So I pop over to Adobe Express. I can do a channel with Photoshop, Canva, Adobe Express, Illustrator, Midjourney even, Dolly, all on the same channel because it's all graphic software. I could even throw in a little, not Insta360, I could even throw in a little Autodesk Fusion 360 or SketchUp because it's still graphics. You know what I'm saying? I could even throw in a tutorial of how to code an SVG by hand. Still graphics. Then I say, okay, I'm going to dive deep into topography and understanding the difference between a font and a typeface. There is. And most people use the words wrong. Same channel. Don't need to change yet. But if all of a sudden I decided to do that channel in Japanese, I might need another channel. So, yeah. I think so many people be quick to make another channel because in the past, many people have said that the algorithm is going to mess you up if you put something different on your channel. The algorithm can kiss my butt. Here's the answer from Renee himself. Every time your mouth wants to utter the word algorithm, something you completely do not understand, something that the people make the algorithm do not fully understand. Every time your mouth wants to utter the word algorithm, twist your tongue back around and say audience. Oh, the audience is pushing my videos down. Whose problem is that? The audience ain't sending people to my channel. Whose problem is that? The audience ain't helping me get discovered. I'm not getting any viewers, so the audience must have shadow banned me. See, creators be looking for some bullshit excuse to blame somebody else because they ain't did what they supposed to did. If you ain't did what you was supposed to did, then it ain't the Al. Hey, Al, your name Al. I was like me blaming you. It's not the algorithm fault. That's you, player. Look in the mirror, son. You be the algorithm. Your people, y'all folks down here, the Keely and all the rest of that, y'all are the algorithm. So I see you, Peter. Hold on. Don't go nowhere, Peter. I got you. Dude, this is super funny. One of my best friends in high school, same name. We used to call him P. Nils. Boys, 14-year-old boys, what can you do? Sorry, Pete. Sorry, Peter. It just had a flashback of high school. My bad. The fact that I can remember high school is actually good, so I'm going to take the win. Anyway, yes, Al, very important, man. Like, everyone gets into that thought process, and everyone starts looking for something else to blame, and the reality is it's pretty much up to you, fam. So the secret sauce, and this is going to get a little bit into what I briefly read out the corner of my eye for Peter, and I'll read it again. If I want to do something crazy with this channel, the only thing I need to do is LGL fam. Listen, you know that it's a holiday season. I need a little break. My head is going psycho from making what I'm making. You know, I like cooking as much as Dina. I had an idea. I want to try to make some of the stuff that Dina's made. But what I'm going to do to make it content sort of creator oriented, I'm going to try to repeat her recipes with some of my older cameras so that I can show you, reach into the drawer. It's not a Doc Rock show if I don't reach into the drawer once. So I want to see if Sammy's going to love this. NEX VG10, a 10, not older than that. 13, if a 13-year-old video camera, shit's older than that. 2009, 2024. Okay, yeah, 13, 14-year-old video camera can pull off making some of Dina's recipes, but using a vintage handy cam. This is a 13-year-old camera, so I want to keep it content a little bit as a way of showing you that you can use older gear. Like, you don't have to go out and buy a new camera every 5 minutes. So I'm going to try that, and then next week after that, I'm going to come back and try this one. This one's only about 8 years old, and yeah, I just want to see. So what do you guys think? And they'll be like, F that, Doc, don't do that. And I'm like, okay. If they be like, nah, son, that sounds good, then I'll be like, cool. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put Dina on the iPad so she can tell me what I'm doing wrong. You know, like, it's just ask your audience. Never mind algorithm. Okay, so Peter was on that same track regarding one more channel. What do you think about what do you think about a place? Do you think it would be possible to talk about different things there, like sports, culture, music, etc.? Absolutely. If your audience knows you for that, Peter, you can. There are people that do it all the time. I just got a reminder that I'm going to Japan tomorrow. Those channels are what we tend to call personality channels. But if your audience will vibe with you because your audience has similar things, like, I definitely would watch a channel because, hey, DJ, yes, heavily into pop culture, especially things related to Star Wars, Game of Thrones, you know, back in the day, True Blood, Funko Pops, you know, all of the above. Music is culture, so that DJ part is still in there. And diehard Manchester United fan, diehard Red Sox fan, you know, diehard Raiders fan. So as a matter of fact, when I'm being sidetracked in this channel, this is what I'm talking about. And Keely or Paul would be like, hey, dude, stop. Get back on topic. Okay, sorry. So, yes, you could absolutely do that, you know. And I think if I was to start a music conversation channel tomorrow, a bunch of the people that ride with this channel would come and watch that too. But I wouldn't do that because it's not necessary. Boom. Yes, the algo is the audience. That is, man, Renee, if Renee has said it so succinct because so many people misunderstand that you know, even in my special group, because I'm in the group with the YouTube liaison and a couple of the other YouTube educators that you all know and love. And even them, they're always coming in with like, hey man, I'm noticing the algorithm is doing something. And they're like, nah, fam. Nah. We're friends. It's cool, but that might be you. You know, so there you go. Boom. I would say yes. Yes. Okay, so I have been telling my man Luis, Papi Culito, what's his name, Mr. Camera Junkie. I have been telling him to do some Ecamm trainings. Right? Everybody knows he's bilingual. His audience understands that. So what you can do when you start the video is say, "Hey guys, I'm going to do this one completely in Spanish because I got a request from some of my Spanish audience members to talk about a particular subject. If it's helpful to you, I'll put English subtitles, or I'll recreate this video in English. So I'll do it once in Spanish and once in English, and I'll put them both, and you can kind of like vibe back and forth." And for most of us bilingual people, we could do both. We could switch, right? I could do an entire video in Janglish, like go back and forth, say the sentence in English, say the sentence in Japanese, and just kind of go back and forth. And people would ride with that. Most of us bilingual people speak like that anyway. Most of us speak Spanglish or Janglish or some other form of ish. So it depends. Ask your audience, dude. Really, like I'm an expert in theory. No, I'm not. I hate that word. Don't get me twisted. I think you need to talk to your audience. See, all right. You guys know. Here's my new one, and yes. Don't let your questions stop you from starting. Just start 100%. And I am glad to see a couple new folks around here. Not that y'all old folks is ugly or nothing. Y'all cute. I like y'all. But it's good to see new people. And then now P got me laughing about high school in the back of my head. So listen. And then Ran, thank you for coming. Listen, the 1966, we on the same boat. Just so you know. All right. Anyway. See, now my brain, see what my brain does. This is why Keely and Paul got to keep me pointed because I'll go crooked. Yes, talk to your audience, fam. Like, legit just ask them if it's okay. And you'll be surprised. Some of them might think it's dope to hear you speak your other language. We make Anna say stuff in Spanish all the time in the middle of ENN, you know, just because it's fun to hear it, and then she laughs every time. But then when she goes to speak Spanish, she turns on this switch that is like she gets serious for a second. And if you watch ENN, Anna is the giggliest person in the planet, but it's so funny. It cracks us up to no end. The whole fam is there. We ride with her. And then all of a sudden, she'll like read a comment, and then she goes to answer Spanish. She goes, and then she goes back to her goofy self, which is funny. But yeah, so yeah, fam, like legit just ask your audience. It's crazy for me to tell you to do something, and I don't know your audience like you do. And if you don't know your audience, let's pump all of those brakes back up. You got to get to know them. Getting to know you. You got to know, if you don't know your audience, you are jacked. You're just going to have a hard time. So you need to know your audience. You need to know that Sammy is having way too much fun in college. You know, like stuff like that. You know, we watched this kid grow up from that baby face fenster in this picture to the old dude sitting up in the dorm now. Like, so most of the people in this chat, we've been watching Sammy grow up for the last 4 years. So, you know, we know way too much that we need to know about Sammy. All right. Boom. Kevin, what if you're new to the game, you don't have an audience? Then you just need to do that first 100 videos, fam. You don't even think about anything but get those first 100 out. Like, you might start to get some understanding of the pace in 50, but... And listen, This is the dopest section. Thank you, Kevin. This is why I love you, Kevin. You asked a perfect question. This is your chance to put on your laboratory jacket, pull your glasses down, and be like, I'm going to be an evil scientist. Evil, I say. You can go nuts because you can experiment. Like, you can get in there and get Oppenheimer, sit up in the chair naked and figure it out. Like, you can get completely Oppenheimer out here in the streets because the expectations don't exist yet. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's super good. Super good. Actually, you're perfect. Just experiment. See what you like. I'm in a city with 100,000 people plus. What kind of city is that? Hey, listen, I got one for you, P. Here is a channel that I watch. I tell you guys all the time. I watch random things because that's just the way my brain works. I come from a house of mostly women, and they're all nosy. So I think I discovered a little bit of the nosy genes, but I didn't want to put it to the nefarious uses of the gossiping like they did. So I just like to learn about things that have nothing to do with me. So I'm going to show you a channel I watch, Peter, and I think this is super dope because I'm pretty sure there's about 500 people in this town. Let's see if I can get it right. Yes, this is it. This is so good. This is so good. I just love this channel. All right, so it's mostly the main girl, Kyun, and then sometimes she brings on her twin sister. But she lives in this place where it is constantly negative 71 degrees. And they just tell you about their life in this place and like how they got to melt ice to take a bath and these little tiny fluffy horses. It is really dope. And so I just love to watch this. They have this cool ritual that they do every year to go get all these ice fish. And they start teaching these little youngins from, I'm especially impressed by this because I have now a 14-year-old niece. But when she was younger, just watching my family try to like wrap her in bubble wrap, and I'm like, the only way she would learn how to be gangster and be protected from the world is to be gangster. Being protected by the world in bubble wrap means when your bubble wrap pop, you break. But when you get a little thickness in you, then you can run the streets and you can handle your business and nobody will bother you. So I like watching in places where kids have no choice but to get out there and do that work. I think, just because that's how we grew up. And then so I like to offer a different vision. So we watch this kind of stuff. And so, yeah, man, if you got stories to tell in your town of 100,000, fam, please do. I'm watching. I'm completely watching. Yeah, this is absolutely, because listen, it's the culture, right? Like my section of Honolulu is called Kaka'ako. We used to be, in the beginning, we used to be where the thatch grew. Like Margaret. And then it turned into the second area across the street was the salt flats. And then because it was the salt flats, when we got industrial, there was the fishing side, which is still here. And then you had the fishing side and you had the salt side. So they built Dole Cannery, Dole like in Dole pineapple, right next to us. Because they used to pack the tuna fish. The salt is there. Like, it's just perfect. It's right on the water. Honolulu Harbor is right there. And so there's so many interesting stories of my neighborhood. And now, going back to our roots almost, we are the art neighborhood. There's a mural on every other wall. People come in, travel, and come out with the little cameras and take pictures of all the beautiful murals and whatnot. And part of that is because of our history. So in theory, not in theory, I know for a fact, I could make a channel about nothing but my neighborhood, and my neighborhood is roughly uh 4 miles by like 2. Like it's small. But there's probably about 200,000 folks up in here. And I could talk about how we went from that to a couple of high rises and the glorious art district of Honolulu. And there's so many stories to tell. There's so many stories to tell about my neighborhood. I can just get there and it would be dope and people would love it. So yes, I think that is a fantastic idea for a channel because you get to dig into the culture and the history and the people, and there's probably so many stories about your place. I'm mad curious. That would be dope. Do you know if we able to? I have exactly used NVPN with Starlink, and I used Surfshark. Yeah, I think it would be cool. Now I'm curious as to what city. Speedify also has a VPN. This is true. I was thinking about the obfuscation VPNs, so that's why I went there. You know what to do. You know what to do. Yes, I appreciate it. Man, I'm interested now. So now you done fessed up and said what you fitting to do. Now we gonna watch. So oh uh listen. Where the heck is Dragon today? First of all, Peter, now you owe me fika. And second of all, I never can say this right, but as far that's the word. As far as one of my homies in college, Cotty, and we used to call him Gary because whatever. Cotty was from Sweden and literally the most hilarious dude, and he used to always walk around with his SWERGE shirt, Swerg, however you say it, and that was his favorite shirt to wear. But yeah, so we have an LGL member, Dragan. He's a musician. He's from Sweden, and normally he's here, but I didn't see him. If you ever come to the show, Peter, and you see Homesick Mac, he is your homeboy. I don't see him today. He didn't come today. Of all the days for him not to be here. So yes. Oh, even more so, I'm interested. Like, I'm all about that. Come and show us some of your awesome, Swedish information. Like, and then you can also hook us up with Swedish fish because I'm sure it has nothing to do with it. And I want to see somebody in our channel eat that fish in a can. I forgot what it's called, but I would pay money to watch Sammy eat some of that fish in the can. Yeah, they started it like 3 or 4 months ago. Man, they've made a lot of changes recently. Did you guys know that you can A/B thumbnail test now built into YouTube? Yes, that's what it's called. Whatever Peter said. Systeming. No, not the. It's Lutefisk is one thing, but I think it's this. Man, look. I was watching this show that I absolutely love because it sort of reminds me like if me and Paul and Luis and Rich went on a road trip, there's a TV show on Peacock with Fonzie, George Foreman, Terry Bradshaw, and Captain Kirk. It's called Better Late Than Never. That is what it would be like if me, Rich, Paul, and Luis went on a road trip. That's what that show is one of my favorite shows. If you get a chance to watch it, but they actually ate some of this. SURSTROMMING. Oh, yes, this. These kids are going to eat it. But you know what? This, I know what you guys are thinking, but you know what? I eat something like this every day. I'll show you. I eat not the fish version, but I eat the Japanese version of this every day. Legit one of the healthiest foods in the world. Let's see if I get a good shot of what it looks like when you do it. It's basically fermented soybeans. So it starts out looking like that. And then you got to mix it up, and the stringy like mycelium coating that's in there, it's like heavy rich in vitamins and whatever, but it's super, super healthy for you. And I eat that nuts every day. So I'm pretty sure that surf swimming, I'm from Hawaii, what do you want? And probably close to that with a little bit more sea taste to it. So I guess it's time to finally get premium. Kevin, that's super funny. That's super funny. Yo, why you gotta put me in it, Dina? I thought we were tight. I'm not eating it with Sammy. I want Sammy to eat it by himself. Pickle herring, yes. I've had that before. East Coast, like, we get pickle herring everywhere. Man, listen, gang, today was good. I really talk about a good way to kick off the vacation is to have a couple new folks here. Thank you, Peter, for coming to visit us from the lovely Sweden. I'm about to go somewhere not quite as cold, but cold for me. I start putting on a jacket around, say, 14 degrees. I think that's right. 14C2F. What is that? Oh, it's actually, I put on a jacket before then. Hold on. I'm going to tell you guys are going to laugh. Let's see. This is about me. At about 18 degrees, I start reaching for a jacket. So I'm going to go somewhere where it's definitely colder than that. Right now, it's around 4 degrees. So I got my gear. I'm ready. And I'll be back in a week. I can't wait to come back. But this was good. It was a good day. It's a good send-off. You guys make me feel like we're in good position. I think for Tuesday and Saturday, you guys can do some Christmas shopping. I doubt seriously I'll have time to do it when I'm in Japan. And yeah, so I'll just be missing a week. It's not that long. And then don't forget, next Friday, Paul and Luis are going to demonstrate for you. And yeah, let's pop into the Discord, do a quick little hangs out real quick. So then I can go get my customs documentations ready. Japan has online customs things you have to do, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it's good fun. This was a really, really good show today. You guys had some excellent questions. I appreciate it. I was like, I didn't really want to do another Q&A. I wanted to do something that's, a little bit more focused, but I just didn't have time. I did have one thing I want to show you before I go. It's not going to fit. Here, let me show you. Let me do this. I think I can do this. I'm building this out. Notion. I started working on this, and let me know if I'm missing anything. But I made it into a web podgy. I'm going to hit over here. There's no comments yet. Man, where's the link to the web page? There it is. Here is the links. Hey, appreciate you, Peter, man. Thank you. anytime you have questions, every Tuesday, Saturday at exactly about this time, we started an hour and 20 minutes ago. Every Tuesday, Saturday, well, except next week because I'll be in Japan, we're here. Like, this is where we're at. We have Discord, but my commercial for the Discord also got erased. So stupid. Oh my God. I accidentally erased my SD card for for my little mixer here, and I had a lovely recording of Luis saying stuff, and it's gone. It's no holy my goodness. It's gone. So dumb. But feel free to pop into the Discord, Peter. Come and hang out. You can talk story with the gang over there. We're always having a good time. And yeah, it was something that we just, we love to hang out where everybody's here is more than happy to answer your questions. And if you see Dragon, if it's easier for you to speak in the native tongue, Dragon is in there. He goes by Homesick Mac. He has a little red icon with a slight tilt to it. Yeah, super nice guy. He's a guitarist over there. No, because this was only the SD card for the Mackie, B. So it was super stupid. It was super stupid what I did. It was so dumb. Anyway, guys, I made this little link here. You're more than happy to check it out. And if for some reason you feel like I'm missing something, let me know. I would throw it in there. But I want to make more of these and I will add to this. Man, what the heck happened to my shot? There it is. So, ooh, that's ugly. Make it big. All right. There is my kit. So I put in all of the cameras on top. I put in the type of cables and stuff. These little adapter joints are good. Everybody that came to camp, I gave you some stuff like this. Then my powers that I use, my powers that be, I forgot a battery. Okay, I got to put my battery on there. This is my EDC. It's all alpaca. I'm a one brand kind of hoe. I like all my stuff to be one brand, just me. So there's my alpaca gear. I have every single one of these pieces. I am taking the top one and the Bravo. So I'm taking this, the Bravo, and the Saifu or the wallet. And then I have some other little minor knickknacks that I tend to carry with. And this is one of my favorites. This is the Bluetooth wireless transmitter. But if you see some on the list and you're like, hey, I want to know about this, let me know. I guess I should throw the packing cubes on there because although it's for content creation, those packing cubes are kind of important because they keep all of the stuff, like a little tech pouch. I didn't put my tech pouch on there. I got one of those. I'll throw that on there too. It's a Peak design. And I'm going to replace it with an alpaca one. So I have a old Peak design one to get away. Yeah, like it definitely does. Let's do that now, Paul. You guys pop into the Discord. I'm coming. app.re brandalee.com. Any tips for someone who wants to create a talking head sports analyst channel curated for fans of professional tennis? As you can see, Miles, English is not not my thing. Professional tennis. Yeah. Here's what I would do. Do it ASAP. Like ASAP. I think there's enough people out there that would want to watch it. My other half was a pretty accomplished tennis player until she calls herself too busy. She doesn't play as much anymore. But yeah, you really only need this. Like, don't get fancy. In the beginning especially, don't go too crazy. Get your camera game set up. Make sure your lighting is proper so that you can get a picture. I think the everybody here knows this. The most misunderstood part of these studios and that is this dark space right here has 18 lights in it and growing. I'm going to add some more. If I count the strings, now that's 19. Like there's literally like 19 lights in here and they're on. The only thing that's not on is the overhead. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you got ample lighting. Start with what you have. Don't go crazy. Don't buy anything. crank out the next 40, 50 videos and then reward yourself. So I'm gonna start telling folks to put their gear joints on reward. So like Keely did some cool stuff and she did some leveling up and she rewarded herself with an M3 MacBook Pro, and I'm jealous. So just literally just start cranking it out, and then make sure that make sure you understand your audience, bro. Like that's the biggest one. Seriously. And I'm more than happy to take a look at your channel and, see what I can see. But I think right now a lot of people are looking for some magic. And my crew knows me now. They know what I say. The magic that you're looking for is the work that you're avoiding. So there's no magic sauce, bro. It's literally you make good content. You make something that's nice that people want to see. And they almost can't wait to see you. When your people love your content enough that they can't wait to meet you IRL, now you're doing the right thing, And if you can, because you have one of those sports that the people are pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not overzealous, but they're pretty ravenous. Like they just really love the sport so much. That is golf and tennis are the sports that you like become hardcore. Football, basketball, baseball are the sports that dudes tell each other that they really like because they want to feel like they're part of the thing. And most of the guys that talk that mess can't play. Tennis is different, right? People that watch a lot of tennis also tend to play tennis. People that watch a lot of golf also tend to play a lot of golf. But people that watch a lot of football and basketball do neither of the above. They just sit around on Sundays and talk a lot of shit. So I know just because of the type of people that are in my tennis friends around here, you can build a nice community, and having that community first will get you there. And Miles, I don't know if you came late. We talked earlier in the show about read this Kevin Kelly article on Point right here. This really, 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 really should become canon to you. Not canon to Cameron Gretchen, don't say it. This article right here should become canon to you. You know what I'm saying? Brady, we would drag you into the lounge. Somebody would just grab you by the head and drag you into the lounge. You're good. Read this article. Print that sucker out, paste it up in your room, put it in your office. This is literally should be what you're about. And Keely is the best example of this. She has field hockey, and her channel is good. And she did it by building a community and some other random dopeness. But most of it comes from the intelligence that's inside her melon. She didn't go buy a bunch of crazy equipment or do anything hyper fancy or nothing. She just sat there and looked cute and be smart. And not in that order, because then she'll beat me up. But yeah, it's good. I have watched her channel engaged. I don't know jack dick about running sticks or whatever the hell they call that thing. It's just like pugilism with sticks. But it's, super interesting. So, by all means, please jump in. Join the Discord too. Yeah, because I said this should be canon. I meant canon as in biblical, not as in camera. So, yeah, correct, right? I would also stand to reason that going back to what we were talking to the pirate guy earlier, it also probably has really decent pay-per-clicks because of the gear and the equipment and things like that. So yes, Miles, by all means, please jump in the Discord and come and kick it with us, and you can ask away. We got questions. We're going to pop into the after party. All of the members get to come and hang out with us in the after party. So, boom. I will see you guys when I get back from Japan. Aeto jagwa mataraishu nan desu kedomo, ima kara ore wa Nihon ni kite じゃあね。またね。気をつけてな。